Welcome to Christmas from the North Pole, Christmas Countdown from Geek, Alabama. Join us every day during the Christmas season where we talk about stories from the North Pole and Santa Claus. And here to tell your stories is your host, Nathan Young. Welcome to Christmas from the North Pole Christmas Countdown. In today's episode, we're going to talk about technology at the North Pole, which is something the North Pole has a lot of now. Because 30, 40 years ago, you barely had any technology in the North Pole, maybe other than this simple satellite telephone. But now, the North Pole has internet, fast computers, smartphones, like we do down here. And you better bet, every elf probably has a smartphone, and of course, Santa Claus has a smartphone too, or Mrs. Claus does as well. So, today, the North Pole uses technology to do everything, like we do down here. From the toy making, sure, they'll write down what they're making on paper with a clipboard, but then they'll input everything in the computer to keep track of what they're making. Like companies do, how they keep budgets and everything, and how much they're making that's sent out to ship. The elves do the same thing. They're keeping track of everything they make, toy-wise. And it's not just the toys. You have to keep track of the materials to make the toys, like the wood, the plastic, the electronic parts, you name it. And they use technology to get emails from some kids. Some letters from kids now come through email instead of writing a letter now. So they have to use a computer and the internet to get those emails. And they read every email a kid sends to the North Pole to see what they want for Christmas and everything. And technology is used to keep track, of loved ones at home. For the few people who are living at the North Pole, they're not elves, they're not Santa Claus. They use the internet to contact their loved ones. Or they use the internet to plan their way out of the North Pole or to come to the North Pole. So technology has changed the North Pole greatly. It's not the old days where, you did your toy work and the elves went home and did pretty much nothing. The elves still do their toy work, but now they got TVs at their homes now, so they can play video games, they can stream, they can watch Netflix or TV. There's many more things the elves and Santa can do in the North Pole now than they could 20 to 30 years ago. Because the internet has changed everything. They got fast computers, they got fast TVs, they got fast smartphones. And also the North Pole, they have their own social media networks that we can't get here. So the elves can post what they want and keep track and everything on that too. So yes, technology's at the North Pole and it's never going away like it is here. Technology is here to stay, and Santa and the elves love it. Thank you for listening or watching this episode of Christmas from the North Pole Christmas Countdown. Come back tomorrow for another episode. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for listening to Christmas from the North Pole Christmas Countdown. For more stories, articles, and podcasts, please log on to geekalabama.com.